what it would take for the government to take away the TransCanada site in Oakville and do an entirely new process with all of them?
I don't know, but I'm sure they could work with them. I would hope that they're understanding and a caring government and would appreciate, the difference that this would make to 3 communities. They would have the praise of 2 huge cities and a small municipality who would be thanking them.
Just one more question. What was the process that you went about with to come up with this decision? With your
Well, it's actually a very long process. It's been 3 years in the making already. And then, as I say, with OPG, we've been working with them since the late 60s. But first they come with a proposal and talk to staff, and then there's reports, and they have to have all the different noise studies and traffic studies and archaeology digs, and they have to, there's just numerous. And then they bring all those to council, and then the council debates it, and it just keeps, it just never seems to stop. We keep asking for more.
But how did you reach the decision to?
In principle?
Yeah, to want
Well, after the debates happen. Now it's agreed in principle, and then if the one project goes forward, there will be quite a bit of consultation with the public also.
Thank you.
Sorry, just one confirmation on something. So if the power plant were to be built in Haldimand County, it would indeed be like running on a constant basis as opposed to 40%? No?
There's no evidence available to say what it would be. The amount that any plant runs depends upon the dispatch system of the Integrated Electricity Supply Organization, the IESO. And that depends on the demand of the day. They set, they bid for power, and the different generators answer the call. So there's no telling.
David, we know who you are, but could you identify yourself for others in the room, please?
David Lee, Oakville Beaver, excuse me.
Thank you. Any, yes, second question.
So the province has already built a few of these natural gas plants, around the GTA, and there's others that are in the works. So what makes you think that your situation is so different? Because other ones are also in nearby residential areas. There have been people who've been protesting them and coming out. They haven't really done much in those cases.
This is the most daring effort by the province to date in terms of putting power plants next to children and homes. No other power plant that this government has built is anywhere as this close to kids and homes. And no other power plant that they've built is on such a postage stamp sized piece of land. This is only 13 acres. There isn't even enough room on this site for them to have a proper fire protection ring road around the plant if it should catch fire. And the busiest rail corridor in the country runs on one side of the plant, and a major arterial road runs on the other side of this narrow little strip of land. You have to believe that nothing can ever go wrong and no accidents will ever occur if you think that's a sensible plan.
In your package, did we give you the 4 maps? We'll take a look at the gray and the yellow. And the gray on the other plants is gray or blue, is really industrial zoned area and with no very few homes. All you have to do is compare the 4. Oh, just the Oakville map? We can provide the others because it shows quite a stark contrast. And as the mayor said, the proximity to homes is 320 meters from the closest school. And, you got the rail lines going by, you got the highways, and you got the transmission lines all there. So it's, and the other issue that goes back to the question that was asked first by CHCH, that the dispersion of the PM 2.5, which is the small particles, which is the most health issue, generally falls within a few kilometers of the plant. And so that's even more concerning.
Next question.
Well, just on that one, when we talk about our 3-kilometer buffer zone, which is around the whole industrial park, where OPG is situated in the industrial park, in some directions they have 8-kilometer buffer zone and 5 kilometers the other way. So we're talking about the whole industrial park has 3 kilometers, and then, say, depending on where you are, that buffer zone can be much larger.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, I'd like to thank each of you for being here today and thank Mayor Traynor and Mayor Burton for coming to the press conference and indicating that there are alternatives here and that we would call upon the government to review those alternatives as part of this ongoing process that we find ourselves in. Thank you very much for coming today.
Okay.